Welcome back to the MR2 Grand Prix. The next team to enter is Germany. The dog is Platinum, handled by Valentino. First exercise is the food refusal, and the food item will be 2 pieces of meatballs. Full points for this exercise. Next, we have the healing. Some added difficulty there as the dog walks past the smoke machine. That was one of the few full point healing exercises in this tournament. Next, we have the send away. The optimal zone for this exercise is between the 2 bulls. Some confusion there as the dog goes on top of the box instead of running straight, which means this will be a 0-point exercise. Next exercise will be the retrieve. The retrieve item will be a garden hose with the added difficulty of the handler sitting down when the item is thrown. The dog didn't go the first time, so the handler had to repeat the command. Unfortunately, in this exercise, a double command is a 0. Next exercise is the absence of handler with distraction. In this trial, the distraction will be someone ringing a bell from behind the dog. The dog is also down in a tight spot between the barrels, which can be difficult for some dogs. The field official is signaling for someone to fix a prop on the field. This is important because in the spirit of fairness, the field has to be the same for every dog. Full points for this exercise. Next exercise is the scent discrimination, or the little wood. The dog has to identify a piece of wood that has come from the handler against 3 other identical pieces of wood. This exercise also has an additional difficulty because the wood is placed behind a fence next to some plastic animals. The wood is also placed around 30 meters away from the dog, so that's a fairly long distance for the dog to go. Dog is just in the wrong spot at the moment. Hopefully he can find the fenced area eventually. Ideally, again in the spirit of fairness, the field officials should all be standing in the same spot for every dog doing this exercise. The dog chewed the wood on the way in, so that will be a 1-point deduction. 14 out of 15. The next exercise is the change of positions. The first position will be a down. And in the level 2, the handler will give the command from 10 meters away. Full points for this exercise. After all the obedience exercises, we now go to the jump. Starting with the jump of choice, the handler chose the palisade. Very nicely done. Full points for this exercise. The mandatory jump in the level 2 is the hurdle. Full points for this exercise. With the agility and the obedience portion complete, we now go on to the suit work exercises, starting with the flee with gunshots. There was a quick change in bite there as the dog changed the original place where it was biting. I believe he will be penalized 1 point for that. That was a quick out, so it would be only 1 point lost for the quick change in bite. Next, we have the defensive handler. Three main distractions here. First is the decoy running away, second is the smoke, and third is the bottle of water. The dog managed to bite on the hit. However, there was a slight delay, so he would get penalized for that. He stayed on for 2 seconds after the out command, so that's another penalty. And I believe he would also get penalized for not going straight back to the handler after the recall. Next exercise is the search and escort. The dog has to find the decoy hidden somewhere on the field. I believe at that point, the dog picked up the scent of the other decoy currently hidden off the field but has resumed his search. There are 6 pieces of food hidden across the field, and the dog may have found and eaten one of them, so he will lose the 10 points he earned for the food refusal. However, the dog has successfully found the decoy, so he will get the 10 points for the discovery. We will now proceed with the escort. The decoy just signaled to the judge that the dog bit him in the blind, which is not allowed and will be penalized for that. In the escort, the decoy will attempt to escape 3 times and he will be able to take 1 point per meter that he manages to escape the dog. No meters for that escape, but he did stay for an extra second on the bite after the out command, so he would lose 2 points for that. No meters escaped for the second bite. In the level 2, one of the escapes is done while using the obstacle. There will be 2 obstacles used once you get to level 3. The dog bit the decoy while outside the escape, so he would lose points for that. And again, no meters gained for the third escape attempt. So although the dog was vigilant enough to not lose any meters during the escapes, he did lose quite a few points for staying on after the out command, biting out of the escape, and biting in the blind. The next exercise is the face with stick over the obstacle. Four-second delay between the entry and the actual bite. That would cost him about 8 points. 1 second delay between the recall and the out, so that's another 2 points. 30 out of 40 for this exercise. The last exercise is the face with accessories. The accessory used here is a series of rubber rings to form something that looks like a net that will serve as a barrier to test the dog. Two-second delay between the entry and the actual bite, that would cost the dog 4 points. There was also a quick change in bite when the dog repositioned its grip, so they lost a total of 5 points in this exercise. Total score is 227 out of 300.